How many of you have ever been out on like the ocean? You've been at a sea. Maybe you've been at the Red Sea. And the waves. And there's something that's very, I don't know what it is when you watch the waves. A calming feeling, a sense of awe. Can you imagine Israel standing back after being pursued by the left? Come on, like we've been. Think about the pride of Pharaoh. He didn't think that Moses and his God opened it up. He thought his God did it, his false one. Think about how they have a pride month from the left. But the waters now. And Israel looked at their children and realized that God saved their kids. God saved their country. And there was an awe in the stillness of that moment when all the they and them and the woke was washed out. Women getting punched by men in women's sports. Volleyball players, male, spiking a ball and practically blinding a woman. And then a guy who fully transitions without the university divulging it at San Jose is a roommate to a woman that didn't know it. All supported from the pursuit of the left. But I'm telling you, and I say it as Elijah stood in front of all the false fake media and proclaimed, something is shifting. I'm telling you, something is shifting as the stillness of the waters. Can you hear him? Come on, Felix. Can you hear it? There's a drowning. There's a reversal. There's a reset that's taking place. And what we have faced in its severity, its intensity, its insanity, God is going to settle the score. And there's a stillness of the rest. As God rests his case, as we get rest from the harsh season we've been under. And Israel held the hands of their wives, their husbands, and their children. And 400 years of harshness to a people chosen by God. America has been dedicated to the honor of our God and his Christ. They're watching weapons that were used against them as they were beaten, and the harshness as they lost loved ones to COVID, all perpetrated by this Egyptian pursuit from the left. Now the waters are speaking. The breath of God. The voice of many waters, God himself, moving across the sea. And a nation now, in one day, was reset. Now let's read as we close verse 30 and 31. What did Israel say? It's what this building represents. There are moments where you stand and you behold the awe and the wonder of God himself. That there are things that only he himself could do. And unless God comes, there's no hope for any of us. But this building is a testimony to the honor of Yahweh. Adonai, the lover of our lives. And if God can do this in its wonder, and he can do, verse 30, Thus saith the Lord. He saved a nation in a day out of the hands of the pursuing left. And Israel, America saw the leftist pursuit agenda stronghold washed up. In verse 31, and may this building represent it to all of you that are watching, maybe in Canada, Mexico, wherever you are around the world. In Israel, America, Canada, Mexico, Ukraine, Russia, saw. You know what that means? There's coming a physical manifestation. It's no longer just the words of a prophet proclaiming these words, but now the manifestation of God Himself comes. You're going to see with your own eyes. But I'm telling you, you heard God say, do not put your eggs on one day. Do not make the same mistakes you did in 2020. Let it play out. Pastor, you're scaring me. It's not in the victory only. It's in transition.